Wanted to show you something.
Okay, what do we got?
We got
A briefcase.
Yep.
Mint green with TS
Yep.
on it.
Yep.
What's in it?
This is my brand new album, The Life of a Showgirl.
TS12!
Yeah.
And with that, the internet, the nation was set ablaze, okay? Everyone is talking about this. The new album from Taylor Swift, The Life of a Showgirl, announced on the musician's website just after midnight Tuesday. This is her first album release since the end of her Eras tour, which was a huge hit, right? And she kicked that off right here in Glendale. Now, there are a lot of questions surrounding the latest album, including when it's gonna be released. I mean, what songs are on it? None of which we have answers to right now.
Well, we've got an inside, though. The one, the only Taylor Swift reporter, and as many of you 12 News fans remember, our very own Bryan West, joining us to talk about this insane announcement. Now, Bryan, I get a little bit of like an insider scoop because you and I talk at least once a day. So I knew, you knew that this was kind of happening, that there were some rumblings. When this all came out, you were like, yeah, Emma, I told you that this was going to happen. What do you think? Why is everyone so excited about this podcast dropping and what she's going to be talking about today?
How's it going, Emma and Allison? I think because it's been 555 days. To put it in Taylor terms, the drought was the very worst. So we haven't had any inkling of new music since Tortured Poets was announced at the Grammys in 2024. So Taylor is a mastermind when it comes to her Easter eggs or cluing the fans in that something is happening, but she's also very in your face when she does do these clues or Easter eggs. So yesterday morning, which feels at this point a lifetime ago, when her fan account, Taylor Nation, sent out that, hey, see you next era, we've been thinking about this, and then they show a brand new color that hasn't been introduced into her universe, orange, we knew something was coming. So it has just been a whirlwind the past 36 hours. Everybody is anticipating tonight's episode. And to put it into perspective for those of you who might not be Swifties or have one in your life, what's that like? The video for New Heights was 20 to 30 million views for the one tease that she did.
Yes!
In comparison, when they've had other guests on, that's about 30,000 to 300,000. So the fact that we're in multi-digit millions shows you how much this is impacting people.
Right.
Okay, I mean, it really is. It's taking off our entire newsroom, right? And so, Bryan, I want to ask you, because we've been talking about this as well. Do you think this is going to be a thing where she's the entire guest for the whole hour that they're going to go? Or do you think maybe they're just going to sneak her in at the very end for her to, like, release this in there?
See, that's what I'm most curious about. Is this going to be just a quick, I mean, most of their podcasts are 90 minutes. They're about an hour to 90 minutes. I imagine she's going to be a pretty decent chunk of it just because it is so highly anticipated. They came from a special break to do this special podcast on August 13th, which 13 is Taylor Swift's favorite number, and they're moving it to prime time. Normally, this podcast would have already been out by now, but it's now been slated for 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. your time, and so I anticipate millions are going to be logging in for this.
What do you think we're really going to hear, though? I mean, we're talking about this new album, or do you think that we're going to hear any samplings? I mean, you got to talk for a while if she's going to be on as a guest. What kind of questions do you think the Kelsey brothers are going to ask her? What can we anticipate?
Well, whether it's 10 minutes or it's the full like 90 minutes, I do think she's going to peel back the curtain on this new era. So we know it's the life of a showgirl. It was blurred in the tease. I don't think it's actually blurred. So we're going to see what the cover looks like, what the aesthetic is for the new era. She might let us in on how many track titles there are, who the collaborators are. Right now, if you were just to follow the Easter eggs, Taylor Nation, when they shared a carousel of photos, included Sabrina Carpenter in one of them. So a lot of fans think she's going to do a duet. They also, and this is very Taylor Swift marketing, there are billboards that are in New York, and I've heard a couple other cities, that lead you to a Spotify playlist of all of her songs, 22 songs, all produced by Max Martin. So I think this might be a pop type of album. And Max Martin is a Swedish producer that worked with her a couple songs on Red, but the whole 1989 and Reputation album.
Which I love.
Yes, because Tortured Poets didn't really speak to me. I wasn't in that kind of an era with my 3-year-old. Yes.
Right.
And so I think now to kind of get this return to like happy, fun,
shake it off,
but
yeah.
It really reflects to what her life is like right now, Bryan, because she seems so happy in her relationship, right?
She seems so happy. And usually when Taylor announces an album or a project, she's done live streams in the past. It's usually on her terms. One time she did a video to GMA, Good Morning America. Or during COVID, Folklore and Evermore were overnight surprises. And so this is her first time not only being on a podcast, but telling the news with somebody. She's never done that with a partner or boyfriend before. So the fact that they both are kind of telling everybody, I love in the teaser video that you can tell Travis is her ultimate hype man and Jason is the rest of us being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's coming.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I agree. Jason was for sure like all of us.
Okay, we're going to bleed into the Today Show here if we don't wrap things up. Bryan, I love you so much. I'll talk to you in just a little bit.
Bye, Bryan.
But this is really exciting now.
I know,
right?
Yeah, we'll have to check back in with him once it finally drops.
Can you guys believe that Bryan West is the Taylor Swift reporter?
So proud of you, Bryan.
He got his start here on 12 News Today in AZ. Bryan, it's the coolest thing ever. Love you, buddy. We'll talk later.